Our next guest is the highest-ranked recruit in BYU golf history, and the Cougars have had some sensational golfers, including Hall of Famer Johnny Miller. It's a pleasure to welcome to the Wise Guys Kihei Akina from Lone Peak High School, Utah County here, and here on the Wise Guys. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How's your day been up to this point?
It's been pretty good.
Pretty good. What do you think of our lair here?
This is sweet. It's
nice.
I like all those school logos right there. That's cool.
Well, most of those you're going to have to beat on the golf course, right?
Yep.
Almost everyone has a golf program, I think, in the Big 12. There might be a couple that don't. I know with baseball, there's just 14 of the 16 that play baseball.
Oh, there's two that isn't.
And softball, there's a few that don't.
Everyone has a golf program. Yep.
Everybody up there. How awesome is it to see this current BYU team dominate the Reno Regional and get ready for the NCAA championships?
It's awesome. They have a really good team. They're pretty deep with Peter Kim and Zach Jones, Cole Ponich, Simon Kwan. Really cool to see them win.
I was surprised only just because they've kind of moved along, but that first day they jumped on the top of the leaderboard and then they just kept going.
Yeah, they haven't done they haven't played great, honestly, in the spring season, but cool to see them all play well, and hopefully they can make a run in the national championship.
Yeah, now they're in the show. It's been since 1981. Carl Tucker was the coach. I was his paper boy way back when.
Really?
And they won the golf championship in 1981. And if they don't get it this year, they expect to get it in the coming seasons with you and the guys that they're bringing in. When you teed off last October at the Black Desert Championship, really making your PGA Tour debut, how different was that from any other round of golf you've played in your life when you're in the show, so to speak?
I mean, not too different.
Really?
Except for when I stood on the first tee on that first day, I was fine. Like it was honestly kind of normal. But then I put the tee in the ground. I stood over the ball and my legs just went to jelly. I couldn't feel my hands or couldn't feel anything, and I was like, oh crap, just make contact with the ball. Somehow I hit it down the fairway, but no, that was a really cool experience to be able to play that. Did
those feelings before you hit that tee shot tell you that you're in a different place now? That this isn't Riverside, this isn't Alpine, this is the PGA Tour? No,
for sure. There was a lot of people on that first tee. It seemed like hundreds were just gathered around that little first tee there, but yeah, definitely different.
When did it calm down for you?
After the contact? After the first contact?
After the contact.
Just after one shot, or did it take a little bit?
Nuked it right down the fairway on that shot, but probably hole 3.
Really?
The first couple holes were a little nervy, but on hole 3, the par 3, I made a really good swing, and that kind of just eased me into the day and played pretty solid the rest of the day.
Was it different for you, having dominated the high school scene and the junior scene, to all of a sudden be there with pros around you playing for real life and their jobs? And how did that experience fuel you to want more of it?
It's cool. Like you said, it's their jobs, and that's how they make a living. Luckily for me, I'm still in high school, and I'm just kind of having fun out there and trying to learn as much as I can. But yeah, it's definitely different from junior golf and high school golf. I just try to learn as much as I could when I played with those guys.
Is it different because of the amount of tension and the crowd, or the competition? Do you feel like?
Both. I think just the fact that you're with all the best players in the world, you're competing against the best players in the world. And then, there's other factors like, the amount of people watching, what's at stake, all the money on the line, stuff like that. But yeah, at the end of the day, I just tried to play the best that I could.
My coaches always told me at every single level, it's the same game. Just brighter lights, bigger stadium, and a little bit more on the line. But the game in between the lines are literally the same.
So wait a second. So Brian played defensive back at BYU. You go play Oklahoma at the Cowboy Stadium. Mm-hmm. There's like 95,000 fans there. Mm-hmm. Most of them are Oklahoma fans. Mm-hmm. And it was just the same in between the lines. So were you not out of your mind a little bit?
In the beginning when I first ran up the tunnel, I was trying my hardest not to be starstruck. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is Oklahoma! Oh my god!" We played in the Cowboy Stadium, and I walked in and I was like, "Wow! Like this is the NFL stadium!" As soon as I got first contact, I was everything emotionally kind of reset. So for you, like my coaches taught me, and I come to realize at every level. Did you feel that way after you were done? That it's just the same. It's the same game.
No, for sure. It's the exact same. You're trying to get a little white golf ball into the hole. It doesn't matter where you are or who's watching. The process is the same, and the goal is the same.
My problem is finding the ball after I hit it. It's not about getting it into the hole, at least initially. So, Kihei, if you were to write a short bio about yourself for the PGA Tour Media Guide, which you'll have to do here coming up anyway, how would you do it? Give us a paragraph of how you would describe you in your PGA Tour bio.
I think the main thing about me is I'm pretty humble. Humility is a big thing where I come from and part of my culture. I'm a big family guy. Faith is another big thing for me. I try to keep golf as something that I do, and it's not who I am. Kind of the faith part is number one in my life. But yeah, just trying to have fun with what I do right now and trying to learn as much as possible.
Now write your bio just using five emojis.
5 emojis.
Which 5 would you choose?
Man, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
That was a good one.
I don't even know if I can think up 5
Okay,
emojis.
let's do three.
Laughing emoji. I'm pretty funny around my family. If you know me like that, then I'm kind of a little funny. So laughing emoji. I'd put the shaka emoji in there. Man, I don't know. Maybe the golf emoji, the little flag.
Yeah.
When
Nice.
AJ was here, we were talking about, and he's also a humble guy, super talented and family oriented guy, and we were asking about him, and he said, I think I'm kind of funny. He goes, I might just be corny, but people seem to laugh at what I say, and that was him telling, hey, this. He said, if you judge me by how you watch me play, that is a horrible definition of who I really am. He goes, I play angry and focused and all that, but off the court, it's about my family and things that matter most. And interesting that 2 of the biggest stars to sign at BYU are him and you guys are very similar that way.
Yeah, same thing. I'm quiet on the course. I'm always, trying to keep it even keel and trying to focus on my process. But off the course, I'm always with my family. I'm always joking around with my family and having fun.
Good. So you should be. Future BYU golfer Kihei Akina on the Wise Guys, presented by Brady Plus, distributed by the Deseret News. There's a physical and mental aspect to this game of golf. So let's talk about where you're at physically. How far can you bomb it?
Depends where we're at.
Okay.
Here in Utah, 340.
340. We've seen Finau. I've seen Finau bomb it over at Riverside, and you can bomb it as far as him.
Not quite, but
340.
He's got a couple years on you. You can catch that.
Explain that in football terms with the quarterback throwing the ball.
Hitting a 340.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Throwing it 90 yards in the air. That's a pretty good drive. What else? What else is in the physical aspects of the game? What are your strengths?
I like to think of myself as a good ball striker.
Yeah.
Good short iron player. I like to think of myself as a really consistent player, keeping everything consistent, keeping it out of the rough, keeping it in the fairway, minimizing mistakes, and keeping it simple.
On our live stream, Kihei Akina asks a question. Ask Kihei who his favorite sibling is.
Definitely not you.
I don't know if he was ready for that answer.
It's Kavika.
Does that switch based off of situations?
I was thinking about that earlier today. It actually does switch because I was in New York this past week with Kavika, my other brother.
At NYU, right?
Yep, for his graduation.
And
it was fun.
You got some bonding time.
He moved ahead.
Yeah.
Sounds like he moved ahead in the standings.
He moved ahead last week, yeah.
When it comes to the mental aspect of the game, how do you keep it together?
I mean, that can be tough.
Yeah.
I don't know, just sticking to your process, sticking to your routine. And then for me, believing in my preparation. Preparation is always huge. And then, just believing in your work and going out and executing.
Where did you learn that? Is that primary? Is that preschool? Where did you learn that's allowed you to kind of master the mental part of golf? We saw that yesterday in the PGA Championship with John Rahm, right? The mental part of golf can shift so fast.
Yeah, golf's weird in that sense. Anything can really happen, but I think experience is probably the best thing for you. Just being in those situations in contention to win tournaments is really important. That's where you learn the most. And then just taking every I don't like failures, but taking them as learning experiences and moving on with those.
Who on the tour do you watch or emulate their style, the way they play, the way they handle pressure? Is there a guy a few years ago, everyone would say Tiger or Phil when they were in their prime? Who do you watch?
I really like Rory.
Yeah.
Tony is another big one that I'm pretty close with him.
He's more of a mentor, isn't he?
With him a few times. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of the most chill guys ever. You'll see him on the courses just like this. So I try to emulate that.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that he's taught you?
Be yourself. No matter where you are, what you're doing, just be yourself.
Like that.
You dominated the state of Utah at Lone Peak High School. No shortage of suitors knocking on your door when it came time to picking a school to play for. What was it about BYU that won out in the end?
Yeah, a big thing was I wanted to surround myself with like-minded people and, people in the church that have the same beliefs as me. And I think when I surround myself with those people, it'll help build me and help build my testimony of the Savior and help be a better person and get where I want to be in life. And then I also wanted to come in and build the program up. I wanted to compete for a national championship at BYU. And at BYU, you represent so much. You represent the church and you represent this great state of Utah. And it's really cool to be able to do that. And hopefully we can make a run next year.
I'm not a member of the church, but I still, since my time being here and even now, feel that responsibility. I mean, I'm like, walk down the street, don't want to cuss because but I never really felt, I guess, the true weight because I wasn't truly connected to the faith. But I would see my teammates, some of them kind of struggle with that, but you seem to want to embrace it in a positive way.
Yeah, you're always trying to improve. And for me, I'm just trying to be an example. I'm just trying to spread my light and spread my beliefs and my testimony and, just be a good person and being a good example.
One of America's top golf recruits and future Cougar, Kihei Akina, is on the Wise Guys, live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and wiseguys.com. It's fun to have the family on the live stream. We're glad that everyone is checking this out. I have read where you wrote, said something about Coach Bruce Brockbank, who was on the show not long ago, and his staff, about that they not only will help you develop your game, but prepare you for life as you play the game as a professional. Again, with tantalizing offers from all over the place, and BYU was solid with theirs. When it came to how you want to be in 10 or 15 years or 20 years as a human being, that was pretty heavy right now, wasn't it?
Absolutely. With Coach Brockbank and Coach Miller, I don't think you can find two better men in this entire world. They're the nicest guys ever, and yeah, like you said, I think I'll be grow to be a really good man under them, not only on the golf course but in life too.
Yeah, that's good. Athletic Director Brian Santiago said at his news conference last week, there's never been a better time to be a student athlete at BYU. When you look at the other sports and the kids they're bringing in, how eager are you to get to campus and become a BYU student athlete?
Oh, I've been itching to go to campus for the last year and a half probably. But yeah, like you said, BYU is on the rise for sure. It's really cool to see everything that's building up with BYU. And every sport, honestly, it's really cool to see. And I'm excited to be a part of it.
And to be a big part of it, because, you look and see the stars that football's added and the stars that women's volleyball's added and the stars that basketball's added. You're one of the stars that golf's added. And you're in that group, and so some expectation comes in with it too, and that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, BYU golf has had a lot of legends come through.
Yeah.
Mike Weir, Bobby Clompett, Mike Reed,
The whole Miller clan.
All the Millers. I could go on, but there's legends.
What do you want to? Do you know what you want to study yet?
I don't yet. We'll see.
And that's why we go, right? I would tell my kids, you don't have to have it figured out when you go there to figure it out. And there'll be we're going to have the American Heritage professors coming on here in a couple of weeks because they get a bad rap on their class. And they go, how about we come on the show and explain to everyone what American Heritage is like? And
that's a horrible class.
So we're going to do it.
That's
we're going to have two professors
here. That's a horrible class. They still have that class?
Yes, they do.
That's mean. That's look, I'll give you a little bit.
They'd like you to come back through is what they'd like.
I didn't even go in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know how I passed.
It's a different time.
I'll give you some advice because I went to a junior college. So I just got my associates to graduate and come play D1. And they helped me out a lot because I saw a lot of my teammates, they would pick a major, and they didn't really know yet, but they picked a major earlier on. And so they would take a couple of classes in their major, like freshman and sophomore year, then decide they want to switch. And because of that, they had they wasted time, right? Like they took maybe 4 or 5 classes that, didn't really count towards anything. So I always give freshmen coming in advice, which is take your internships your freshman and your sophomore year to get real world experience to figure out what you want to do. Then you declare for your major. For your junior year, going into your junior year, then all you have to do is do your major classes.
Noted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to say take your time and shoot under par. That's right. Take your time with school and just let it be. It'll be a great experience for you. And if you're shooting under par, you'll be happy about it, right?
That's right.
Okay, this is where we're not going to necessarily rank your siblings, but we want to talk to you about them. Okay. You got, and I'll try to get these names right. Kiani is your older sister, played rugby at Harvard.
Yep.
Okay, and then Keanu, who played golf at BYU. We've heard from him already tonight. Kavika, your older brother, played basketball at NYU, and you were just at his graduation in Manhattan, right? Right in the heart of it all. And then you're number 4, and then there's 3 after you. What do the other 3 like to do?
So the one right under me, Keely, she's a junior in high school. She plays rugby right now. And then the 2 little babies, we call them babies, but one of them is 9 and the other one just turned 7.
Yeah, did they appreciate being called babies at 9 and 7?
Yeah, they're the babies of the family.
Those are babies.
Whether they like it or not. So,
so what is that? Is that soccer, coach pitch? What do they like to do?
Yeah, they do soccer, dance, kind of everything that little girls do.
Your guys' name, Dad, I love the aesthetics with the names. Some sound a little bit similar. What happens in the house? That's for you, I guess. What happens in the house when you call one of them, and do they get mixed up? Do they get mixed up? Do you get one that comes in and they're like, "No, I meant." Does that happen a lot?
It takes about 3 names before I get the right one.
That's just natural being a dad. I'm pretty sure especially if you're mad or whatever. Say 5 names before you get to the one you really. Well, how much fun is it to be in a family that plays together?
It's a lot of fun. Especially my older siblings. All three of them have been a really good example to me and to my younger siblings. But yeah, it's really cool that they all played sports. We're a pretty big athletic family. I always say that the brains of the family skipped over me. My three olders were all pretty smart. All went to great schools, and I guess they just skipped over me.
Well, look, you got to be pretty smart to get in where you are, and you've got to be a fantastic golfer to get on the team that you're at. So don't undersell yourself on that one. This is first of all, this is a game that requires great intelligence, and a school that requires it and challenges it, and you fit right in here. So, hey. NYU is NYU. It's not BYU, right?
Yeah. No, I try to take school seriously.
Yeah.
A couple days ago, I got Athlete of the Year at Lone Peak, and I got home today with my parents, and I was like, man, I'd honestly rather get Scholar of the Year or Student of the Year instead of Athlete of the Year.
You know, BYU is hard. I had a teammate in Canada when I played in the CFL that went to Stanford, and he said that for whatever reason, BYU doesn't get the same accolades academic-wise as those top-tier schools. But he said he had a couple professors that taught at both, and they said they were almost identical, you know, especially when you have classes like American Heritage.
Yeah. Well, look, Belo, Blaine, myself, we all graduated from BYU, so it's totally possible.
If I could do it.
We're not rocket scientists, but I think it's going to be awesome. What are your summer plans?
I'll be pretty busy traveling the country, playing in golf tournaments. I'll play in most of the Elite Amateur Golf Series tournaments.
A number of those are on the Golf Channel, aren't they? TV-wise, does the Golf Channel pick up some of those?
I think a couple of them are on TV. I'm not sure.
Which courses are you hoping to play
This summer?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got some cool ones lined up. I'm going to, hopefully I play at Oakmont. I've got the U.S. Open sectional qualifier coming up soon.
Nice.
So that'll be cool. I've got Sunny Hana. That's a really cool course. The one at Northeast, I think it's called Wanamoiset. I've never been there, but heard great things about that course. The Blessings. It's in Arkansas. That's another good one. But yeah, I mean, there's not really bad courses at these tournaments. So.
Oh, that's awesome. When do you report for BYU? In August? End of August?
End of August, I think, yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, let's hit you up. 5 questions for Kihei, presented by StrategySquare.co. Belo, you ready?
And we can't make it fast, right? Because in golf, you don't really. So we could slow it down some.
If we can slow it down.
Okay.
From ambiance.
Favorite sports movie?
Happy Gilmore is the one that comes to mind.
All right, it's a good one.
Is that
Not a shock. Not a shock that it's golf related.
Right, makes sense.
That's pretty good.
Oh wait, number 2's coming out, right?
Yeah, I think it is this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be something.
Favorite singer or band?
Drake, for sure.
Drake.
Oh,
You Kendrick fan?
I'm judging you. I don't judge. I just pray, but I'm judging you. I am. Look, I used to be a Drake fan, and then I got converted. So
To what?
what? DJ, you're Drake? Oh, Kendrick. Yeah. See. Mm-hmm. It's the younger generation. I'm just
I feel like
playing.
the younger generation is with Kendrick.
You know what? You're right. You're right on that. You are right on that, because I grew up on Drake. Like Drake was in our headphones, you know, warming up. So
2016 Drake was
yeah.
good.
I was 2008, 2009 Heartbreak Drake first mixtape.
Yep. I think I was barely born.
Oh man, I'm old. Oh, now I know how you feel when I say.
Yeah, Drake was one of my neighbors. I don't even know which Drake you're talking about.
Okay, number 3, favorite breakfast cereal.
Frosted Flakes.
That's a good one.
It's an American
That's
classic
good.
right there.
With fresh strawberries.
With strawberries. Okay.
Then you get strawberry milk afterwards.
Nice.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Favorite golf course.
I'd say it's a tie between my home course in Hawaii, Turtle Bay, or Sage Valley.
Turtle Bay is nice, but is it ever not windy at Turtle Bay?
Very rarely.
Yeah,
Very
we've been
rarely.
over there a few times, and I thought, man, who's playing golf in this? But there's always guys out there.
That's what makes it good, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Get you ready for the British Open, I guess,
Yeah.
over there at Turtle Bay. What do you think of Riverside here?
It's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
probably the best in Utah Valley.
I think you're right. I
You
like
should
that
you
one.
should get an NIL deal for saying that. I'm sorry.
Stay focused,
My
Bilo.
CTE covers CTE.
All right, number 5.
Favorite thing about your parents, Alan and Leanne?
Favorite thing about them is that they put us, the kids, over themselves. Each and every day, they're like, my mom is always up in the morning making breakfast for us. She's always making sure that we have food to eat, and she's making sure that all of our laundry is done, all that stuff. And then our dad is always taking care of us, always watching out for us, and always supporting us.
It helps to create a team, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you're joining a team at BYU, but you come from one that has prepared you to be in this one.
Yep, for sure.
And you get to be the younger brother, and you get to be the older brother. So you're right in the middle of, you're the best of both worlds, right? You got to be the example and then have some to follow.
Yep.
Even if Keanu has slipped in the family rankings to number 2, live right here on the Wise Guys, so you can patch that up with him.
Keanu, good job today. he played in the Monday qualifier in a Corn Ferry Monday today.
Is that right?
He shot 7 under and was in a playoff to make it into the tournament and just barely lost. So
7 under.
Good
That's
job,
awesome.
Keanu.
Good job. Good playing. Hey, congratulations on your choice to come to BYU. We look forward to being a part of your career through the whole thing, and we'll look for you at Riverside over there as you're banging around with Finau and the guys when they come through. But I know Coach Brockbank, when we asked him to describe you, he just said that the potential for so many great things is right here. So nice job.
Thank you.
Good to have that. And is that a Royals hat? That would be the first Kansas City Royals hat to ever be on this show.
Yep, this is a Kansas City Royals hat.
What's the loyalty to them? As a Cubs fan, I'm just curious.
There is no loyalty. I was in Kansas City last week, and me and Carson Lundell and my brother, we went to the
game?
baseball game, yeah, and I just got a hat. So
Well, nice. Well, Andy Reid works just across the street,
That's
right over there,
BYU
right?
guy.
With the Chiefs. A lot of big BYU guys, and you're one of them. So thank you for being here, and best of luck, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, hit him up, get free tickets, get some free swag.
That's right. Kihei Akina coming to BYU, one of the top golf recruits in the country, and the highest rated recruit in the history of BYU. And that's big time. We've had AJ, and then we had Kihei in back-to-back weeks, and you'll be hard-pressed to find 2 athletes with greater expectations or more talent than these 2.
I like him.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thanks, Alan. Thanks for coming. Great to have Alan here, his dad, with us as well, and the live stream responding. How about that? Well, there's some talented young men and young women at BYU. Thank you for watching The Wise Guys.
If you like what you're watching, you can help us out by subscribing and hitting that notification button.